During the 2008 presidential campaign, Michelle Obama was asked on The Tonight Show about the cost of her wardrobe.
60, 70,000 for that outfit?
Actually, this is a J.Crew ensemble.
Really? Wow.
J.Crew clothing would become a staple in the former First Lady's wardrobe, elevating the brand's image from preppy basics to professional yet affordable chic. But recently, the apparel brand has struggled with slumping sales and a debt load that ultimately led the retailer to seek bankruptcy protection. In court filings, the company cited losses incurred because of coronavirus lockdowns. But analysts say the brand also lost touch with consumers, with styles that appeared more suited for the runway than for everyday life. Here's how J.Crew filed for bankruptcy. J.Crew, formerly known as Popular Merchandise Inc., emerged in 1983 as a catalog-only retailer. It offered a pioneering line of casual fashion, built on affordable weathered chinos and simple crewneck t-shirts.
Well, they were really the preppy chic brand, sort of preppy with a twist, the kind of clothes that, you could wear to the office, but also the perfect weekend clothes.
The brand opened its first retail store in 1989, and over the next decade found its home in malls across the country. Many of the brand's styles can be attributed to Jenna Lyons, who was first hired as a designer in 1990. Her design influence grew the brand by attracting both luxury and middle-class customers. Former Gap CEO Mickey Drexler joined the company in 2003 and promoted Lyons to creative director a few years later.
Mickey Drexler was best known for turning Gap into a cultural icon in the 1990s. He came to J.Crew and sort of had a second act. And Jenna Lyons was sort of his creative right-hand woman, so to speak. She turned things like sequins, where you would think you'd only wear sort of out on a Saturday night. All of a sudden you could, wear them during the day. And she kind of really glammed up the brand.
In 2006, Drexler founded the successful companion brand Madewell. J.Crew also went public that same year, only to be taken private again 5 years later in a leveraged buyout that saddled the company with debt. Not too long after sales began to flag, starting in 2014, J.Crew experienced 6 straight years of losses, and the company started looking for ways to cut back and attract new customers.
Well, they started to get a bit too glam, and this is where some of the critics started blaming Jenna, that her style became too Brooklyn for their kind of J.Crew's mainstream customers. And then on top of that, they ended up with quality and fit problems. The quality became inconsistent. Customers kind of just lost faith in the brand.
In 2017, with the company still floundering, Lyons departed and Drexler stepped down as CEO. And the brand narrowly avoided bankruptcy as part of a controversial debt swap that moved its intellectual property beyond the reach of creditors.
They were just caught a little bit flat-footed and didn't act fast enough to, develop e-commerce, to develop, all the things now that we sort of expect from a retailer.
Heading into 2020, J.Crew planned to raise cash by spinning off its Madewell chain through an IPO. But plans came to a halt as coronavirus lockdowns forced the retailer to close some 500 stores. In court filings, the brand said it expected to lose $900 million in sales because of lockdowns, putting it in a position where it couldn't pay its debts. On May 4th, 2020, J.Crew filed for bankruptcy.
J.Crew has a smaller footprint than a lot of other retailers, and they didn't overexpand, so that's positive for them. They are in a position where they're not going to probably have to close hundreds of stores. They also have a new CEO, and her mission was sort of to restore the brand to its former glory, getting back to the quality and the fit that the customers loved and kind of the classic styles.
As the retailer looks to navigate its way out of bankruptcy, it will also try to recapture customers who once looked for clothes that could be worn on any occasion, even Inauguration Day.